Hello and welcome listeners and viewers to the Replenish Me Show. This is a show that's designed to give women strategies to nourish themselves with wholesome food, energize their bodies with movement, and reframe their perspective with sweet talk. Today it is my distinct honor to interview Eleanor Barrager, and she is the CEO of Stabilyze Bars. Now, the amazing thing about Stabilyze Bars, and she'll tell you all about this, is that I actually found out about them during a pregnancy, and they worked as a beautiful snack for a pregnant woman, but they're not really designed for that, are they? So welcome to the show, Eleanor.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure to be here and to share my passion for what I believe to be some of the best bars on the market today.
So tell me, how did you come up with the formula for the Stabilyze Bar?
Okay, it wasn't just myself that came up with this formula. Originally, the bars were available only through healthcare practitioners for their patients. But two of the healthcare practitioners, both naturopaths, suggested we made them available directly to the public. And thanks to them, the company Innova Nutrition, which is the home of Stabilyze Bars, was formed and the bars became available. We slightly modified the bars so that they would be most beneficial for the majority of the population. You know, one of the things you mentioned was you used it during pregnancy. One of the things that I always recommend is in the first trimester of pregnancy, I would not probably use these bars, only because you have to be so careful. The bars do contain vitamin A, only 20% of the recommended intake for pregnant women. But vitamin A is one of those things where if you already take supplements with vitamin A, just adding even a little bit more may put your fetus at risk of some type of birth defect. So I don't normally recommend them, and I always recommend that you go to your OBGYN, show them the bar and the nutritional contents and say, is this okay for me? Having said that disclaimer, we've had multiple stories like your own of women, particularly in the third trimester, as the baby's growing larger, and sometimes you have more issues with constipation. The bars have 8 grams of fiber, and it's a great fiber because it's a prebiotic fiber. It also helps support friendly bacteria in your system. So that is one instance where consuming the bar, probably no more than one a day, would actually probably be beneficial. But again, always check with your doctor.
Thank you for that. And I was actually in my third trimester when I started using the bars, and they were perfect for that. I mean, awesome. Yes, and I actually was only having half a bar at a time. So yes,
Hearing you say that really reminds me how many people have given us feedback of using half a bar twice a day to help with food cravings, to help with balancing their blood sugar levels, and as a healthy snack, because so often it's hard to take fruit and nuts or other things with you when you're traveling, but the bars are so easy. Just pop one in your handbag or in your desk drawer, and what a wonderful snack. One of my favorite applications, and I'm going to share it with you, I use the bars when I travel, especially when I'm in my car for more than 2 or 3 hours at a time. And my other favorite thing is to have half a bar in the evening. That's my after dinner treat. It tastes fantastic. And the other beauty of it is it's good for you. How many times can you have your cake and eat it too and not feel guilty? Well, here's an example of that where you really don't feel guilty because you're doing something good for your body.
That's absolutely true. I completely agree with that. And this is my Stabilyze Bar baby.
Oh, okay. She looks wonderful.
Yeah, see, she turned out just fine.
Yeah, she did. She really did. You know, a lot of people ask, well, who can consume this bar? Can children consume it? Well, I don't recommend below the age of 10 unless you only give, a third or a half a bar, because sometimes the amount of protein, the bars contain 10, 11, 12 grams of protein, and for an infant, that's too much in one item of food consumption. So what I recommend in that case is, cut it up, have it like the size of a piece of candy, and absolutely they can chew on that. Another thing you have to be careful with children is not too much fiber at the one time, because you want them to absorb all their nutrients. And but having said that, I've also had some mothers who've had children that suffer from constipation, and the bars seem to work good, giving them half a bar a day along with some friendly bacteria, because again, the bars have a prebiotic fiber which benefits the growth and replication of the friendly bacteria.
That's a really good point. So that explains a lot. So at the same time, I was using it with my children that were over 10. They were in the travel soccer program. And so I would give half a bar to them after practice. I'm trying to think, for my younger children, I don't know that it was a whole third of a bar, but I would use it on the whole milk, like grass-fed milk yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would sprinkle, cut it in small pieces, because, they want to be part of it. So that's basically what I would do. So that's interesting. I did it by instinct, but that's the actual recommendation. I appreciate you sharing that with our viewers and listeners, because that's really important. We always want to, and the kids, whatever they see us eating, right, they always want to take it as well.
Oh, you bet. You have children that age. My grandchildren are older than your youngest daughter, and they love the bars too. The 3 bars that are available and have been available for quite a while are a peanut butter cup, and it's dark chocolate, so it's healthy for you. A chocolate thin mint, which reminds me of a Girl Scout cookie, and a coconut cashew nut bar. All of them have a good source of protein, and they're excellent. They're excellent, as you mentioned. You mentioned after soccer practice. My husband has been a baseball coach for probably 20 plus years, and he would actually take the bars to baseball and give half a bar or even a whole bar to the children, and he coaches high school, before practice, because they were so hungry after school, and not all of them had snacks to eat after school before practice. So, for middle school, high school, college students, what a great way to supplement their diet, because there's also vitamins and minerals in the bars. And those vitamins and minerals, they help to backfill any of the dietary, insufficiencies that your diet may contain. In America, we rarely see frank deficiencies. We do, but majority it's just insufficient for optimum health and athletic performance. So I think it's a great way to supplement the diet. And most of all, it tastes great. And the exciting thing is, this week we have our new flavor, the hazelnut bars, and they taste great. It's a seasonal bar, which will be wonderful for Valentine's Day and Easter. So as I said, you can have your chocolate and eat it too and not feel guilty.
And I can't wait to try it. As you know, I love all the flavors. So I'm excited to receive my package soon. And speaking of that, so is there a way, if people go to the Stabilyze, it's stabilyze.com, and that's a Y before the Z, is there a way that people can subscribe and get these straight to their home?
Yes, there is. If you go to www.stabilyze.com, you can order directly from our website. And if you make a purchase of $20 or more for listening to this program, we're going to give you 15% discount. And the code for that is WOA, M for Michael, D for dog, 15. So once again, WOAM, D for dog, 15, and you will get, and that we're going to make that code valid through December 31st of this year, because we want to really, my goal in being involved with this company, I'm in my 60s now, and I've been a dietitian for my entire adult life. And we tell people to eat healthy, but so often it's difficult for them to find the time to do enough to do a variety of foods that they're going to want to eat every day. So the goal of these bars is they help stabilize your blood sugar level. In the process of stabilizing your blood sugar level, you also help stabilize your mood, your energy throughout the day. So this is, again, it's very convenient. The dark chocolate is also sugar-free. It's sweetened with maltitol. We've got no hydrogenated oils in the bars. The nuts that are in the bars, and again, they vary depending on the bar flavor. It could be almond butter, could be cashew nut butter, or it could be peanut butter. Those nuts contain healthy oils and fats that actually help reduce health risks in the human population. The high fiber, 8 grams per bar, that also helps reduce a lot of lifestyle diseases. The bars are totally okay for diabetics. We've had type 2 diabetics use the bars, and also many insulin-dependent diabetics. It's, again, very useful for helping stabilize your blood sugar levels.
She's crying, so I have it on mute. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, do you want me to just keep talking?
Yes, please keep talking.
Okay, I get a lot of questions about, is this product suitable for hypoglycemia? There's a lot of people that have either hypoglycemia, or as we get older, it becomes more significant insulin resistance, and you may progress on to a type 2 diabetic. These bars are absolutely excellent for that condition because, again, it helps balance your blood sugar levels throughout the day. So you are much less likely to get the munchies and reach for a candy bar. This is really, if you think about it, it tastes like a candy bar, but it's so nutritious for you. The sweeteners, as I mentioned earlier on, there's maltitol in the dark chocolate, and within the bar itself, we have a little bit of agave syrup. We also have excellent protein from both the nuts in the product as well as dairy sources such as whey protein. So it's a very balanced protein that meets the biological needs of all humans. And again, another thing to think about is as we age, so often our generation of, I call it the forgotten generation, people between about 65 to 80 years of age, they may not want to make a meal as often as what we would like them to, and to get adequate calories and protein. But getting that 10 to 12 grams of protein, that is so excellent. And most of our bars have 12 grams of protein in them. So it's just the great nutrition, the correct balance of protein, fiber, low sugar, just good quality fats and oils. And also there's no artificial preservatives in there. The product is preserved by antioxidants in our vitamin and mineral core.
Well, thank you for that. Like I said, the best thing I like about these bars is exactly that, all the nutrition that you shared, and the fact that the vast majority of the population can use the bars. So, and I love it that you worked with naturopaths to come up with this. So I appreciate you being on here today. and even offering the discount code for everyone. So that's good all the way through December 31st.
That is correct. And as I said, my goal is, in America today, we have a huge problem with obesity and type 2 diabetes and a population that's not got a healthy lifestyle. This is one small part of improving your lifestyle. And I encourage all of your listeners to be passionate in sharing that information, because if we can make a difference and have people consume more fiber, a quality snack food that you can have either between meals or in the evening that would actually benefit your health, just think of the difference that can make in our population, all different people in our population.
And speaking even to your point about the type 2 diabetes, a lot of issues with that. So
there certainly is. And, it's a problem too. I did have one lady who was pregnant in her 3rd trimester and developed gestational diabetes. And this bar was a lifesaver for her because it was a snack she could have. And her OBGYN totally agreed with it. And it just really helped her through that 3rd trimester. There is one thing I haven't covered, and that is people ask, well, can I eat these bars if I'm allergic to nuts? If you're allergic to peanuts, you could potentially have the other 2 bars, the ones with cashews in them or almonds. If it's an anaphylactic response, then I would stay away from them, because there's often cross-contamination, even though our bars are manufactured in America, also with American ingredients, and the equipment is thoroughly washed between different bar manufacturing. There are some people that are so highly sensitive that they could potentially, react to even 1 part in a million of a peanut fragment. So as you get nuts from suppliers, there's always a possibility, not the manufacturing plant, but the supplier brought in a product to the plant that potentially could have some contamination. If it's not an anaphylactic response, try it and see how you respond, again under medical supervision if you have severe allergies.
Thank you for addressing that, because I know that I think I inquired about this when I first heard about the bars, and when you do the peanut bars, right? Because you have a peanut flavor, you actually clean out the factory and do that on a separate day, isn't it?
That is correct. And the other thing, people ask about the gluten-free. We are certified gluten-free, and the manufacturing facility does not handle any gluten products. The whole manufacturing facility is certified gluten-free. We also have kosher certification now. Our ingredients are very clean, and it was very easy to get that as well.
So it's a high quality bar from beginning to finish.
It is. And it's a little bit more expensive because of that, but think what you're getting. You're not only getting a food bar with protein, good quality fats and oils without the hydrogenated oils. You're getting low sugar, but a reasonable source of good quality carbohydrates. You're getting the fiber. You're getting the vitamins and minerals. It's almost like a multivitamin mineral. You're also getting dark chocolate, which has some health benefits associated with it. I mean, the bar just addresses so many different needs for the human body. And our human body is a biochemical balance. If we can feed our bodies to maintain that balance and that health, we can really improve our aging.
Absolutely. And also it can stabilize your hormones, right? You mentioned that. I know that's one of the things for me in my 3rd trimester. I believe I was exactly like 30 weeks when I started the bar. It really helped with my mood. And that's one thing I like is the good mood food. I'm always looking for that.
And, when we say stabilize, it doesn't specifically stabilize like estrogen or progesterone or any of those things. But what it does is when your blood sugar levels are nice and even and balanced throughout the day, you don't have that anxious response that you can get when your blood sugar levels dip. So many people feel hungry and they reach for a candy bar high in sugar, low in protein, and quite often having hydrogenated oils and poor quality chocolate coating. They eat the bar, they feel great for about an hour, and then their blood sugar levels dip and the other part of their personality comes out. And then, of course, what do? They reach for another bar. So it's a vicious cycle because your sugar levels are not stable. With these bars, it is so stable. It's just wonderful.
It really is. And, like I said, I love that anybody can eat it. And it really can. And like you said, I did, of course, I was still taking my supplements as a pregnant person. And even now I still take supplements. But it is a great kind of multivitamin, if you will. And I appreciate your bringing up the scientific fact about the hormones because, yes, we definitely don't want people to misinterpret the use of the word stabilize.
Correct.
But absolutely. And to your point, you're getting a high quality bar. So it's about value, right? That we're talking about here. So, you can go to the grocery store and you can grab like your random protein bar. And I did actually a blog post comparing Stabilyze to other protein bars. And just as a novice consumer, just looking at the ingredients, first of all, the quantity of ingredients is like this for Stabilyze and like this, and then the sugars that you see in those protein bars, it's worth the investment because you're investing in your health, like you were saying. And, it's a matter of, getting a good quality snack versus possibly having a really expensive doctor's bill later, right? So,
and you brought up a very interesting point. I've looked at every bar that I could find on the market, and I haven't found anything that has all the characteristics in our bars. There are bars out there that have high fiber and a lot of sugar. There are bars out there that have good quality protein and are low sugar, but they have artificial sweeteners in them. There's a lot of things out there, but if you look at it this way, when you consume one of these Stabilyze bar, you're getting 3 or 4 different things. You're getting the protein, and it's good quality protein. You're getting good quality fats and oils. You're getting fiber. 8 grams of prebiotic fiber is really excellent. You're getting a vitamin mineral core. You're getting the benefits of that vitamin and mineral core as far as the antioxidants get, and you're getting dark chocolate on the outside that's not sweetened with sugar. There's only 1 or 2 manufacturers that even make a dark chocolate that's not sweetened with sugar. So it took a long time to find something that didn't have hydrogenated oils in the chocolate. This one does not have that. So I'm very proud of that because they're quality ingredients for a real good quality bar.
So where do you get your chocolate from? Do you get your chocolate directly from a source or?
The manufacturer is the one that sources the chocolate for us. We've been to different trade shows and sourced various forms of chocolate as well. But as I said, there's really only 1 or 2 that have the low sugar or non-sugar dark chocolate coating. There's a lot that have dark chocolate with sugar in it, but there's only 1 or 2 that have the type of chocolate we have. So we don't have a lot of choices in that.
Right.
But I'm proud of the dark chocolate. It tastes great. It's got that sweet flavor without all the sugar and without hydrogenated oils in there. So it does have lecithin in there, and the lecithin is derived from soy, but that's the only soy ingredient. And soy lecithin normally doesn't contain protein. It's about 99.9% fat. The lecithin is like an emulsifier, and the chocolate also has chocolate liqueur. It's got cocoa butter in it, not, as I said, a hydrogenated oil, milk fat, soy lecithin, and vanilla. Now, having said that, there's one other warning, and that is because it is a natural dark chocolate, it melts a lot easier than chocolates with hydrogenated oils. So don't put it in your coat pocket next to your body unless you want to have chocolate on your lips when you eat it. Don't leave it like in the glove box of your car if it's hot outside, because the chocolate melts easily.
Yeah, very good warnings, because I think I did have that mistake one time. I put it in my purse and it was in the summertime, so yeah, didn't work.
And we are going to be coming out in about probably 4 to 6 months. We will be coming out with the vegan bar. So if any of your listeners are vegan, this will be a vegan ginger bar that can also be used in cleanse programs or detox programs. So I am really excited about this, because so many people in the end of winter, they like to do a sort of cleanse before summer starts, and this bar should be available then and should really help people. Again, it'll be an excellent source of fiber as well. And no chocolate this time.
No chocolate.
Because it's not that conducive to cleansing.
No. But that's amazing. That's really great. So is it that vegans can't eat chocolate, or?
No, vegans can eat chocolate, but rather when you're trying to do any type of cleanse program, you're encouraged not to have products like chocolate or caffeine-containing foods or sugary foods. So this bar will meet those needs. And very often during a cleanse or a detox program, you also avoid common food allergens, like, for example, milk. So this bar will not have milk in it.
Okay, perfect. I love that. So thank you so much. I will be sure to include the links and the promo code so that our viewers and listeners can order directly from Stabilyze and join the subscription programs. We didn't talk about the subscription programs yet, did we? I don't think we did.
No, we have sort of different. If you go onto the website, there are like ambassador programs, and for people who get very passionate about Stabilyze bars, you know, one of my goals, and maybe it's an unrealistic goal, but one of my goals is to try and make it possible for at least 50% of the American population to at least hear about Stabilyze, then make a decision whether or not they want to consume it. Because I believe the bar is nutritionally beneficial for more than 50% of the American population. And if we can help reduce some of the lifestyle-associated disorders like type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes, because there are so many people walking around with insulin resistance that say, I'm hypoglycemic. But in reality, that means you're experiencing some degree of insulin insensitivity or resistance. This is the perfect time to have this as a healthy snack instead of a candy bar during your busy day. And mums are very busy. I've had 3 sons and now I have 7 grandsons, not a girl in sight.
Wow. Yes, we are extremely busy. And this right now is my down season. It's futsal season for us. But starting in March, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the outdoor season begins again, and it's just so. Yep. Stabilyze is my afternoon. Get in the car and be able to drive and function the rest of the day.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't think that it's an unrealistic goal, though, Eleanor, to want to put, Stabilyze Bar in the homes of 50% of the population, because more and more people are looking for a solution to their problem, to their health problems, and to their brain fog. And, and fighting now what they're finding out, before, like, only people that were genetically disposed to having diabetes were getting it. And now it's like everybody, even like kids, so
Yes.
it's a really big problem. So for the moms listening, if you're a teacher or a principal, this is something that you may want to introduce if you have an after school program. So really, and there are different subscription levels where you can really benefit from getting a larger quantity. And like I said, like Eleanor said, she explained a lot of the different allergies or other dietary restrictions involved. So almost anybody should be able to eat it. So I thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you being here with us today.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's my pleasure. And to all your listeners, if you're mums, fantastic. You're doing a great job, and it's wonderful to have people passionate about nutrition and their own health and their children's health. So thank you for giving me the opportunity for sharing.
Thank you so much, and have an amazing day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.